Hey everyone, Carl with Littleroot Lessons, bringing you a deep dive into the world of Pokemon featuring Coalossal. Coalossal has been around for quite a while. It's been a very powerful strategy since its introduction in Series 3 of the G-Max form. So figured we would cover Coalossal and its very known patterns and whatnot, so that way you are better prepared on dealing with it once Series 9 comes back around. If you haven't yet, hit that like button, ring the bell for notifications for when new videos go live, subscribe, leave a comment down below who you want to see me cover. We're running out of combos. Putting it short and sweet there. I need new ideas because I am running out of combos to talk about. We're covering Perish Trap on Friday. I've covered Sun and most of the other popular combos like Nut Core and other stuff like that, so I definitely need more ideas. So I'd like to hear from you all about who you want to see me cover next. So Coalossal overall is a decently powerful Pokemon. Has very middling stats a lot of the time. Its speed, its special attack, its HP, nothing like super stands out. But having the ability Steam Engine is what puts Coalossal on a whole new level when compared to other Pokemon. Whenever Coalossal is hit by a fire or water type attack, if it has the ability Steam Engine, its speed goes up 6 stages, which essentially means Coalossal becomes very, very fast. Pairing this with its G-Max Vocalith move and a weakness policy, it becomes one of the most powerful combos in the game. Dragapult and Urshifu and Azumarill or anything with Aqua Jet or a fast Surf usually pairs very well with the Coalossal. Even though Coalossal is very fast and makes it known as a hyper-offensive team, it actually has a lot of nuance and play to it. Not every turn is going to be go fast, click Vocalith kind of situation. Knowing when to Dynamax, when to not Dynamax, when to switch, it gives the team a lot of just like variance and a lot of play to it. So Coalossal's only been in the format since Series 3, which, goodness, that's been about a year now. But overall in the history of Sword and Shield's metagame, it's only been about 75%. It turned the whole meta got turned on its head during Series 3, and Coalossal kind of fell off because it wasn't one of the new Pokemon like Venusaur, Incineroar, things like that. And then Lapras also kind of took over the format and was a very good check for Coalossal. However, Coalossal ended up becoming one of the more powerful Pokemon to be introduced in that format, mainly on the back of its G-Max Vocalith move, being able to chip away at other Pokemon that aren't rock types for a good amount of its damage, and essentially was a rock type Charizard. And overall, the teams weren't really ever meant to take care of Coalossal. They were more worried about Lapras or Venusaur, Sun things, and things like that. So being able to just have a Pokemon that can sweep through Sun and be super effective against Lapras still was a very, very good thing to have. The team for Coalossal is pretty much locked in. It's very straightforward and usually revolves a little bit around the combo. But the team has kind of evolved since early Series 3 teams and now can actually do things beyond just click, surf, and Vocalith all the time. Dragapult, Urshifu Rapid Strike, which was a really big upgrade from the Isle of Armor, Rillaboom, and Incineroar are all very common partners that you see alongside Coalossal. There are other variants that kind of been creeping up in Series 7. There's a Perish Trap version with Azumarill and Gothitelle. Gigas Coalossal kind of saw some play at the end of Series 7 just before Series 8 came around. So definitely be on the lookout for those when you're playing in Series 9. But a lot of the common ones are Dragapult, Rillaboom, Urshifu, Rapid Strike, Incineroar, Coalossal, and then usually a flying type that can resist, that's immune to ground, something like a Thundurus or a Moltres or something like that. So the team's pretty much set up for you. You don't have to really worry about team building too much. Looking at its moves and its items, Coalossal's, like I said, very straightforward. It knows what it wants to do and it does it very, very well, and there's not a lot you can do about it. It carries that weakness policy almost 100% of the time. There's like random odd people that are trying new things and things like that all the time, but weakness policy is the item almost 100% of the time. Its 3 main moves are Heat Wave, Protect, and Meteor Beam. That 4th move usually varies between what you want it to do. There's also physical Coalossal. You can run Rock Slide and Heat Crash with Earthquake and things like that. So you don't have to play Heat Wave, Meteor Beam, Solar Beam, Protect all the time. There are other options out there, but these are definitely the most powerful form. Mainly because you don't have to worry about Intimidate, you don't have to worry about Snarl spam because Dragapult's usually faster than everything, so you get to go first with Coalossal after that. Just small things like that. Looking at building around the Pokemon and specifically for the movesets, a lot of Coalossals are pretty much locked in. They're usually either max speed or max special attack with a little bit of HP to survive certain things. Carrying Meteor Beam, Heat Wave, Protect almost 100% of the time. And then there's the fourth move issue. You can argue about Earth Power being able to hit other Pokemon super effectively and things like that, or you can argue Solar Beam to cover your weaknesses. It all really depends on what you want to do. Max Quake is very, very powerful. Being able to boost your pretty low special defense is very good. But a lot of the times, why boost your special defense when you can just knock out the Pokemon? Solar Beam helps you cover your water weaknesses and your ground weaknesses a lot of the time. So I personally like Solar Beam, and that's why you see Solar Beam on screen right now. And the other fun thing is Dragapult isn't always support Dragapult. There's other variants. There's Assault Vest variants I've seen where it's Breaking Swipe and Fly and Surf, and then another move, usually Phantom Force, where you can kind of just play this Assault Vest, can Dynamax if I need to kind of Pokemon, instead of the supports that you see on screen right now with Safety Goggles, Breaking Swipe, Will-O-Wisp, Light Screen, and Surf. So there's always just a little bit of nuance and a little bit of play. You can change Pokemon a little bit, but I wouldn't change the exact Pokemon unless you have a very good replacement. And like I mentioned earlier, building with Coalossal, it's a lot of the strategies well known, so your team is pretty much locked. You know what 6 you're playing with. You just kind of need to tweak the sets to fit your kind of playstyle. Which this is both good and bad. There will be very little hidden information for you, for your opponent. So the team requires a lot of skill and isn't the most newer player friendly. The other variants are known quantities as well, but consequently are a little less popular than the Players Cup winning teams that we're talking about right now. So Gigascoal is a very good example of this team where even though it's a known quantity, it's very hard to actually play against because it still has that surprise factor of which lead am I going to go with? Am I going to go with Gigas Weezing? Am I going to go with Coalossal Dragapult, Coalossal Urshifu? Your opponent has to react to that very quickly, or those kind of leads just take over the game. And don't be afraid to try other Pokemon out, but certain roles must always be filled. You must always have a fast Surf or a fast Aqua Jet to go along with your Coalossal. Dragapult's very good with that because it doesn't get Fake Outed or anything like that because it's a Ghost type. Urshifu's a fairly fast Aqua Jetter. At max speed is 163, so not a lot of Pokemon outspeed that to begin with. So you're almost going to get that Aqua Jet off a lot of the time unless you run into Fake Out specifically. Beating Coalossal needs a little bit of planning. It isn't the easiest thing to do, since they can kind of play around their Coalossal Gigantamax and essentially bait you into Dynamaxing early. Being able to outspeed Dragapult or being able to Fake Out on Urshifu usually can help you stall out Coalossal. If they can't get the speed boost or the weakness policy boost, a lot of the times the Coalossal kind of just sits there and uses Vocalith, and that's all it does. Doesn't do a ton of damage, and you get to kind of just take it out before it can take over the game. On the opposite side of that, if you can't outspeed him, having a Pokemon that can tank a Vocalith, or tank a Max Flare, or tank a Solar Beam, something like that, and then be able to knock out Coalossal on the backswing is also an option. Pokemon like Landorus are very good at doing this. You could also just remove the item or the ability. Weezing, I've been playing a lot of Gigas Weezing right now, and Weezing's very good against this strategy because Coalossal and Dragapult and Rillaboom and Incineroar all rely a lot on their abilities to actually do what they do best. So Weezing is actually probably a very good support Pokemon in this meta right now because there's a lot of Pokemon that really rely on abilities. That being said, beware of Vocalith Chip. If they can get you low, that Vocalith Chip might take you out of the game even if that's all Coalossal got to do that game. So definitely be wary of Vocalith Chip and be mindful of your Pokemon's HP. So wrapping up with Gmax Coalossal here, it is a very powerful but known quantity in the format. It's been around for a very long time in the history of Sword and Shield. You definitely need to be able to actually plan for it still. It's good. there's a magic comparison that I like to make, and there's this deck called Dredge. Dredge is only good when people don't expect it. So when you aren't prepared for Coalossal, kind of the same way, Coalossal takes over games. So definitely keep an eye out for Coalossal. Have a strategy for it. Be ready for it. Just don't sleep on Coalossal. Overall, the strategy is very good in open team sheets, where you can plan around Pokemon having certain moves and things like that, so you know what to avoid. Because there's a lot of Pokemon that have incidental ground coverage, there's a lot of Pokemon that have incidental water coverage, or you could have a Pokemon that ends up outspeeding Dragapult, or has Fake Out and beats out the Urshifu, or something like that. So the more you know about your opponent's team, the better Coalossal is. Kind of what I'm trying to get with that. And even though it's oppressive, Coalossal can be beaten by proper planning and making sure you have good water ground coverage moves a lot of the time. You can also hit it with Fighting type, but Fighting type's only 2 times weakness, so water and ground being both 4 times weaknesses on it goes a long way. That being said, I want to thank everyone for hanging out and watching this today. Again, if you haven't yet, hit the like button, subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications for when new videos go live. If you are interested in playing in our upcoming Littleroot qualifier on Saturday, Discord link's down below. Go join that. Ask how you can join the qualifier. We'll get you all set up and squared away there. Make sure you comment down below who you want to see me cover next week. I'm looking for more specifically single Pokemon again, because I think we've exhausted almost all the popular combos from Series 7 and things like that. So have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you're in the world, and we will see you all on Friday with some Perish Trap. Bye, guys.